These guys are awesome. Go buy them. See you in the next review. Okay, fine. You saw the time on the video. You know there's more coming. What should we... I guess I'll sing. You believe in love after love. Okay, fine. These are toys. Toys are serious. Dead serious. These guys are awesome. Their footsies are die cast, and it gives them a lot of balance. They're super posable. Got this ab crunch. You know they've been working out. Only kind of meh articulation is the shoulder here. It's on a ball peg, so it's kind of awkward to move because it's kind of a square joint. It's got a little bit of rounding there, but kind of works, kind of doesn't. But meh, whatever. These guys are still awesome. Come with a sticker sheet, and I've applied one side of it to the back, which is great because in a tape mode you get some detail, but in robot mode you almost can't even see it. It shows up inside of the legs, and that's really it. The rest of it's all hidden. I mean, it's on the back, but it's the back. Who gives a shit? Now, obviously, the big thing with these guys are the accessories. Minor ones are the guns, of course. You get a pair, they can hold them in their hands, they can store them in their back, and they even store in tape mode. They also each come with an alternate head that, I mean, the difference is so minor as to be pointless. The one that's installed has a little bit of a smile on it, and the other one doesn't. I mean, whatever. It's fine, but whatever. It's kind of pointless. They, of course, come with their cassette boxes with the J card inside. Only real thing to note here is that Frenzy, that's right, that one's Frenzy, deal with it. This is kind of all wrinkled and crumpled on the edge here, and that's just due to how they shoved it in there to get in there. But again, you know, whatever. It's not the biggest deal. They come with these platforms these platform base rock things, and their legs will stick in there. Speaking of things that rock, okay, to get it in there, slide in the fist. Rotate it up, push this down, boop, boop, pop. Then you can go to town. Once you get it in there, that's a pain in the ass to get out. Like, there's just no room to get that in there, and you can't really get any leverage to get that shit out. Definite spudger moment. There we go. They use 2 LR44 batteries per driver. To be honest with you, they're kind of a bitch to get in there. The spring is so long on there, and there's so little room to work with that it's actually kind of hard to get the second one to slide in there, but you can do it. So when you attach the drivers, you can have the shoulders with the backwards, like this, and it holds them up a little better, but you can have them frontward facing. But as you see here, the tension kind of lets it drop a little bit, just because of the position of the ball joint there. So it doesn't hold position quite as well. Your pick. So the instructions on here make a point to say, don't push this up in there. Well, I accidentally did it while I was transforming stuff. It just bumped against my fat gut. And now, it really only works when you get it out like that. And it's a lot slower. I'm gonna take it apart, see if I can fix it. You know, it was my own fault. I messed it up, but that's still kind of a bummer. This guy's so damn fun, let's transform him on camera. Fists in. Rotate these parts out. Flip these two pieces up, spin the head around so that he faces into that square back there. Push those up. Push up this cover. Sometimes it likes to pop off. Oh wait, no. Yeah, flip that up. Untab these wheels. They just kind of tab in there. So you saw this piece fall out. It looked like there was leftover flash in there, and it no longer would stay in there at all. I had to kind of scoot it out of the way. What it actually was the broken knob on here. So the good news is in robot mode, it still stays in place just fine. You can see it still holds in place there. But in tape mode, it's just gonna more kind of sit there. We'll see how this goes. But I may just toss it aside for now and continue along. Pull this down, rotate this up. You'll notice that notch there is gonna go into that. And that kind of pushes together. And you can take this piece here and flip that up. Kind of start to see the tape mode there coming together. Make sure you compress these hip skirts nice and up. I'll get into the legs. The legs are pretty cool. They actually unfold, and then the knee shins are kind of split apart to let them be a little more flat. It's going to slide back, and then these are going to come forward and chomp it up. Nom, 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 nom. Foot here and kind of up and over, kind of like that. Take the leg around, put up here. Spin it that way so that that notch is open. And bang. Some of those side. Last thing, I want to take this piece and pop it on. Note that Frenzy doesn't have any of these issues. Frenzy's fine. And actually with that all in there, it's not falling out. It's pretty secure. For the gun, you want to point that down, point that up, fold that down, so that it looks like that, look like that. And you're just gonna kind of drop them in there, and it'll kind of slide out a little bit, and then push it back together. So you can kind of pop it out. You can see where the handle has a little notch. There we go. So these two dudes round off the initial set of Decepticons, and it's pretty cool to have them all together, but I want to talk a little bit about the line as a whole, because it's had shifting goals as the time has went on, and the line has changed quite a bit. I first bought Not Ravaged during a lull. Everybody talked about how awesome he was, and so I eventually picked him up. He's hefty, with a lot of die cast, and kind of big moving parts for the transformation. It's not fiddly, so that was nice. That said, I don't think he's very fun, and he's clearly not cartoon accurate at all. The shape and colors of the legs are completely wrong, and when you get to cassette mode, there's no detail at all. You have to buy a repro label set if you want this to be anything other than just, you know, a rectangle. So I was kind of underwhelmed by this guy, so when the birds came out, I passed on them originally. For one, I didn't really want both, and I'm good for scratching, and so I passed on them. And then I actually didn't get these until I just got in Rumble and Frenzy. And here we start to see a shift. Well, I think the transformation still kind of has that same goals of, you know, big moving parts, lots of die cast, but they got paint in cassette mode. They have detail. You can see some of it under there, and they're very cartoon accurate. You know, I added the labels, obviously. Now with the original one, you had to buy a sticker sheet to go with it. But what's interesting is that these came with a repro label coupon, so 50% off one of the birds. So that's interesting. But they didn't come with these stickers, but they had some detailed cassette paint, and if you wanted more detailed cassette look, you could buy those repro labels that they helped you buy. And then when we got to Frenzy and Rumble, things changed yet again. The diecast is only in the feet, and don't get me wrong, these guys are awesome. I love them. The transformation is definitely not big moving parts anymore, though I don't know that you could do these characters in that fashion. They're much more, you know, smaller, but it's still a lot of fun. And to top it all off, they come with the sticker. Again, there's nothing painted on there, so you can go any way you want with it, which is nice. Action rectangle! And again, I really like just putting them on the back. I think that works out really well. So I'm curious what will come next from this subline. I really like how they finally landed here. I think they got the right balance out. They're going for cartoon accuracy, the transformations are still fun, and they come with optional sticker sets to make the cassette mode detailed if you want it or not. I'm hoping to start seeing some Autobot tape love. I know we don't have a Masterpiece blaster to go with it, but we have KFC's transistor, which is awesome just through and through, and I think it'd be really cool to see that paired up with him. But yeah, so these guys, buy them. They're awesome. The flaws are very minor. Come with really cool accessories. For the first time ever, electronic pile drivers. And come on. Transformation's fun. It does stuff you wouldn't expect. The way the knees fold is really cool. Kind of the way some of the chest stuff works is really cool. It's, hell, even the way the hands work is pretty new. And all this is just stuff that I haven't seen other people do. Even the feet transform in an interesting way. Nothing about these transformations is really routine except maybe the fact that the fist slides down or something. And then of course just all of them together look wonderful. So yeah, buy this set. Closest thing I got to a complaint is like, maybe the extra head's kind of pointless, but meh. Even though while I was transforming it, I had the piece break on me, which really doesn't affect anything in either mode. This part's kind of a bummer after fucking that up. I still highly recommend this set. It doesn't change my opinion on it that much. See you later. I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no.